DK, you
It's
don't
on
believe
6.
it?
They have to vote. Who are they going to vote out? Hafu or Peter?
Yeah, it's Peter and Wolfabelle. It's Peter Wolfabelle.
I don't want to lose the game. I'm worried the other one might be.
What? They tied it?
You can't tie it there.
You can't tie it there.
It's Wolf Peter. You can see the votes.
They're going to lose.
No, I think it might be DK and Hafu.
Devin.
Hey guys, it's Bait, bringing you another Among Us Academy video. Today I'll be going back to PowerPoint to illustrate the point, which is how to properly vote on 6. Ideally, a meeting should go smoothly, and there should be 5 votes on one person, and one person who votes out, who gets voted out, either puts a angry vote against someone else or votes a skip. That's how a meeting should go. However, we all know in reality, this doesn't always happen. Sometimes you have 4 votes on someone, and sometimes you have the worst outcome, which is 3 votes on one person and 3 votes on the other person. That is disastrous because any tied vote, be that between 2 imposters or 1 imposter and 1 crewmate, mean that the imposters win with a double kill. So we need to avoid that as crewmates at all costs. And what can we do to do that? Well, it's simple. If you're the 6th person who's yet to vote and you don't know where the votes have gone, just skip. That's what we'll go through in this video. So we'll talk about the different scenarios. So let's say, hypothetically, we'll go through, let's say the 5th player is Ellum, all right? So he's the 5th player to vote. Let's say he votes correctly. If Koji decides to skip in this instance, they win, you know? They don't need Black's vote on yellow or Black's vote on brown here. The crew survive, I should say, and they don't lose immediately. If Black decides to vote correctly and votes Hafu here, well, they also survive. Hafu gets voted out regardless if she has 3 votes to 2 or 4 votes to 2. So the outcomes are the same. And if Cyan votes correctly here, but Koji or Black, the 6th player, decides to vote brown or incorrectly or vote wrong instead, the imposters will win. So the only instance where Black it causes a loss, or the only instance where the crew actually immediately lose, is if the 6th player votes and votes incorrectly. If the 6th player skips, if the 5th player votes correctly, the crew survive. So in that case, the 6th player should never vote if we know that the votes are going between 2 players. Conversely, we'll just go through this quickly. If Cyan actually votes for brown and votes incorrectly, so voting out a fellow crewmate, then the imposters win if Black skips. All right, 3-2, brown gets ejected, and the imposters get 1 more kill, and they win. If Black votes correctly or votes for the imposter, however, Cyan already voted for the crewmate or voted incorrectly, the imposters still win because the votes are tied now, and then their core reactor get a double kill. So this actually doesn't matter whether or not Black votes correctly or incorrectly, because if we look at it, if Black also gets fooled by Hafu and votes this way, brown gets kicked out of the airlock again, but they still lose. The imposters still win in that instance. So the only instance where voting can be disastrous for Black is if Cyan actually votes correctly, and by voting, he actually causes the whole crewmate to lose. So the best thing to do is to basically skip, because it's effectively the same as voting correctly. These two are the same. Hopefully that makes sense. So if you're the 6th player to vote and there's any doubt where the votes are going, you should skip, because what happens if you skip and what happens if you vote correctly is the same thing. So as long as there are 5 votes, just let it go. That would be my advice, because it's the worst feeling to end up with a tied vote like this. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked the content, please leave a like, leave a comment below, make sure you subscribe, and I'll have the end of the Hafu game just for you to see how she wins by easily calling reactor and doing a double kill.
Wait, okay, listen, it's he versus she. We have to vote the other person.
I'm voting Peter here.
I'm
forcing it, DK. DK, you don't believe it?
I think it's more
I guess I have to vote Hafu.
No, it's Peter and Wolfabelle. It's Peter Wolfabelle.
I don't want to lose the game. I'm worried the other one might be DK.
Oh god, guys, you can't tie it there. It's Wolf Peter. You can see the votes.
It's Wolf and Peter.
No,
now.
I think
It's
it might be
obvious now.
DK
It's
and
obvious now.
Hafu.
Devin.
They're
Let's
not like
go.
fucking, right?
What did I
Yes,
say?
Hafu,
What did I
let's
say?
go.
No.
Wait,
At the
look,
park?
DK was pushing Ellum
Yes.
so hard
Did
from the
I die?
beginning, and it was
Damn
just
it.
like...
They definitely were, right?
Hafu,
They were.
Ride
They
or die.
were.
Ride or die.
Yeah, right or
And-
die.
and then DK was
They
just
were
really
like-
going and be like, I think it's PP, even though PP had
They were
such a better
clearly
story
like
than Hafu.
teenagers.
In my opinion.
Oh no.